Hi, my name is Andrew. I'm an application engineer for KGK International, and I'm here to show you the start hole machine for the Seibu wire EDM. So before we can mount the SHM, we have to actually load the electrode into the chuck, or into the collet. So how we do that is this part. These are actually two parts. So one part is where the electrode goes in, and this part squeezes that together and holds onto the electrode. So the electrode I'm using today is a 300 millimeter length, 1 millimeter diameter, and this is standard on all SHM units. Seibu does have options for this unit in both 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter, as well as smaller as in 0.8 millimeter, 0.5, and 0.3 millimeter. So we take one end of the electrode, we just place it in the center of this collet, and then we want about 5 millimeters poking out the top of it. And then we tighten it up, take our wrench, Allen wrench on the other end, and we tighten it up. So now we move on to the mounting of the SHM. So as you can see, there's this bracket that's installed on the top here. And then there's this insert here that just fits right here into the middle of that. And two screws that are already set in there, we just screw it in place. So, put that on. Take our 3 millimeter Allen wrench. Lock one end in place, come over to the other side, lock that one into place, uncap our electrical. So on this line here, there's an arrow pointing at basically the top of this piece and also what direction it goes in. Pushing it in, you should hear a click. This quick release flushing line gets unplugged and connected to our SHM. There's a black holder on this side that we loosen to lower the retaining arm so that we can load in our electrode. So now we put in our electrode that we did in the beginning. So up here so basically we insert it here at the top. This is a quick release. So what we do is we push this up, insert our collet, let go, and it's ready to go. And now we open the flushing on the upper head. So turn it all the way, and we close off the flushing going to the lower head. So now we make our way over to the SHM dedicated page. So here you can see the screen with our cutting conditions here, speed of cutting, length remaining, and the time it takes to cut. So what we do is come over here to work height, insert our work height, insert it again here. You can either do auto or manual. So what we'll do now is we'll move into the positioning. So I'm going to position on this corner here of the block. So what I'll do is I'll loosen this retaining block and lift up the arm, tighten it back up again. And then what I'll do is I'll turn on my SHM. I will then now jog to my workpiece. So I'll just jog to this end. Touch off on one side, and then I'll make that side half the diameter of the electrode. Okay. And then I'll move over to the other side. Okay, and I'll make that half the diameter of the electrode. And then I will stop my electrode, raise the Z head up, and then I will move it back to origin. That's my origin. So now that we picked up on our origin, we need to move to our specific location. So we do that by entering our MDI mode here. I'm on absolute G90. I input my work coordinate. I hit the transfer button and the cycle start button. And then our machine has moved to those specific coordinates. So now that we're in location, we need to lower our guiding arm. So on the side here is a black knob, and we loosen it and lower it down onto the part. And we keep it loose so that this moves freely. Otherwise, if it's tight, it will jam up. So now we're ready to start cutting. Then we press the work tank close, fill the tank, and press cycle start. So now that we're finished, we will take off the SHM. So what I do is I raise the upper head, move it out of the way, so that way I don't damage anything. And then all it requires is to unplug the electrical, disconnect the flushing, and connect that back into the upper head. Take our 3mm Allen wrench, loosen the screws, and take off the machine. Goes back on, cap on there. Now with the SHM off, we need to adjust the flushing gauges that we did earlier in the process. So under the memory mode page, we changed the FL flushing to 130. Press the input button. Then we press the work tank close. Fill the tank. Wait for the tank to be filled. And when it's full, the flushing gauges will kick on. So the upper flushing will shoot straight up, but the lower flush will stay down. So we need to adjust them. So the upper head flush needs to, the top of that gauge there needs to be at 1,000. And the lower head flush, the same thing, at 1,000. Now we will thread the wire through the hole we just made. And there it is. That's how easy it is to make a start hole in the Seibu Wire EDM start hole machine. Thanks for watching.